Hello again, and welcome everybody to Catalyzing the Future. This is, I believe, my third live broadcast of the day here so far. I feel like I'm going to just start up like an all-day channel just to keep us going here. For those of you tuning in for the first time, Catalyzing the Future is actually part of a series of ongoing events that were kicked off, I think, in large part due to the pandemic and sort of the crisis that was happening there, as well as related kinds of other kinds of unrest, stressors, societal upheavals that we've been dealing with, and trying to think of better strategies for building a future that we can all live in and be proud of and understand a little bit better. And as part of that, I am excited this morning to be welcoming one of our past participants, panelists from Catalyzing the Future events, Binks. Graham is a global expert in improving business performance with technology. He's helped dozens of businesses anticipate the future. In his 30 years of tech leadership, he's worked in Europe, North America, Asia, with Nike, P&G, Citigroup, JP Morgan, Eurotunnel, Disney, GM, and 250 other large, medium, and small businesses. His work integrates business and technology strategy and drives successful implementation through CEO advisory and team coaching to help organizations dramatically improve their business with technology. His latest book is Trusting Technology, which helps non-tech CEOs and business leaders, ambitious technology leaders, and technology vendors make friends with technology. The book recently debuted from Post Hill Press and is available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and leading bookstores everywhere. Graham, welcome to the show. It's great to see you again.
Yeah. Hi, Todd. Great to see you again.
So thanks for joining us. So remind me again, what part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Okay,
we're not too far apart. I'm just over in Wisconsin here, as you can see from my signage in the background. We're doing a big entrepreneurial startup week to celebrate. But really pleased to have you back on our show here. You're going to be offering a micro workshop as part of a day of micro workshops on December the 9th through Catalyzing the Future. These are 90-minute, sort of intensive, quick hit, practical kinds of tools for arming yourself personally, professionally, for your business or your organization. Your event is titled Transforming Your Outcomes by Reducing Unknowns. I was wondering if you could maybe tell us a little bit about the workshop if someone's thinking about taking it on the 9th.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm delighted to be associated with the Catalyzing group and looking forward to December the 9th. So here's how I've come to this subject, I guess, in my career. I've worked, as you said, thank you for that kind introduction, with a lot of businesses, particularly around how they're going to use technology in the future to create value for their customers and for themselves. And if you look at, in the course of over 500 projects, when you sit down at the beginning of a project, it's all about what do we want to do and how do we get there? And there's a degree of needing to, or feeling the need, if you will, to predict the future in order to make sure that you aim for the right target. But again, the experience that I've had is, none of us can accurately predict the future, but I think there is a way that we can kind of distill our foresight and maybe forecast what might happen rather than predict. I think that's an easier target. And in a sense, we can give up on the notion that we know the future, but we don't have to lose direction in order to do that. And so it's in essence some techniques to help the audience understand a limited number of possible scenarios that might unfold in the future, and let's say 4, and then place their bets, as it were, on their plan, on the scenario that's most likely to come about. But all the while, once they get into the work, keeping their eyes open for the weak signals that might indicate that the future isn't going to unfold quite as they thought it was. So maybe pick or adjust the scenario that they choose. So in essence, I mean, I've helped dozens of companies with this approach, and what I'm planning to share on December the 9th in the course of 90 minutes is some of the techniques that I've found to be very successful, both for my clients and for myself.
It sounds like it's going to be a really interesting session, and it occurs to me, because I've been talking with other workshop leaders, through this, that your piece might might dovetail really nicely with some of the work that Nigel Thurlow is going to be doing for his workshop, which is about weak signal detection.
Yeah.
So I think that those could be nice companion training pieces if you're going to have the day of training to tune into both of those.
Yeah.
Nigel, can you tell us a little bit about what somebody's going to come away with, from attending the workshop?
Yeah. In a nutshell.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said Nigel. I had Nigel on the brain.
Okay.
Graham. Sorry, I apologize profusely.
All right. Yeah, in a nutshell, I think the goal is that people will come away with a better way to prioritize the factors that will influence their plans. And so then they can monitor those. And to your point, I mean, I think that's probably what Nigel's going to be looking at as well, weak signals. But really to synthesize, I would say, a manageable path and make decision-making easier. I mean, the future obviously, portends an infinitesimal number of outcomes. We humans are not good at thinking in infinitesimal quantities, but if we can boil things down to a representative sample of maybe, as I said, 4 scenarios, I find that number works well. It really focuses the thinking, and then we can make the decisions we need to progress forward. So really come out with an understanding of those factors, a simpler view of what the future might hold, pick the most likely path in our judgment, proceed down those lines, but also have the tools available to adjust to the unfolding events and modify our plans as we go.
I love that, especially I think a lot of times, with so many of the thinkers that I've run into with the Catalyzing the Future, like everybody has some fairly complex sort of ideas, or we're trying to address complexity in ways that are manageable. We manage by trying to simplify our decisions. And this is something that comes up for me even in sort of the psychology of designing websites. I mean, if you talk to any user experience person, they'll tell you no more than 7 decisions, but 4 is actually pretty good. They help me have an approach that makes some sense here. Yeah. So as far as who the workshop is for, who do you sort of see as appropriate audiences for this?
Yeah, I think it's leaders of any stripe, really. So I would say business and technology leaders who are looking to drive growth. I should say business or technology as well, because they're different sets of people. Change agents who are looking to advance change and transformation. Maybe they're leaders, maybe they're managers, maybe they're CEOs, or maybe they're just people who like to stir things up a little. And then coaches and consultants who guide their clients, because I've certainly seen a lot of value in delivering these techniques in my capacity as an advisor and coach, as much as in a consulting environment or when I myself was a CXO. So I think leaders of those kind of categories of people that I've had great feedback with on these techniques, and who I'd really be keen to help with through this opportunity.
Wonderful. Well, Graham, thank you again profusely for agreeing to come back on the show, and for being one of our workshop leaders at the December 9th event that's coming up. The workshop is called Transforming Your Outcomes by Reducing Unknowns. You'll get some hands-on practice in applying techniques to help you reduce the unknowns in your own business or community. Graham, thank you once again.
It's a great pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity, Todd.
And for those of you that want to go ahead right away and sign up, the event link is going to be down in the show notes right below this, whether you're looking at this on Facebook or on YouTube. Hope you can join us for that day. If you know somebody that you think would be interested in attending this or other events for Catalyzing the Future, please like and share this particular post with others in your social networks so that they can learn about it as well. And with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. See you again soon on December 9th, Graham.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.